Stroll, shop, indulge, and enjoy. The Village at Winter Park is the place to spend time before, during, and after your day of adventure. Live music, ice skating, disco skate parties, broom ball, and s'mores by the fire. The Village has something going almost every night of the week.
We're back here on the morning show, and big thanks to the Village at Winter Park. They have a lot going on, always imagining more. And once again, this year their tagline is "Find Your Next." So you've got something to find your next with, and that's going to be the election coming up this November. So you, till when? When recently did you step off the Colorado Tourism Board?
I retired September 30th of last year.
Okay.
And
where was it when you left? How did you feel about what you accomplished in your time there?
I felt really good. We put a great staff together. We had a great campaign that we are going to fine-tune the Come to Life campaign, but we're just going to freshen it. And so the next director is working on that. And I have every confidence that the office is in good hands and will continue. So I feel like I left at the top of my game. Oh, and in 2014, the Colorado Tourism Office, under my directorship, was named the best tourism bureau in the United States.
50
50 states by 30,000 travel agents.
And this is how many years removed from not even having? That's incredible.
Yeah. It went from no tourism office in 1999 to best tourism office in the country in 2014.
That's absolutely incredible. So you get a little stir crazy. You've been retired now for 3 months or so?
Yeah, 4 or 5, whatever.
And so what piques your interest now? What's coming up here? Where's your next going to be here?
Well, Ryan, I have been uncomfortable with the partisan aspect of politics.
I think a lot of the country is growing increasingly uncomfortable these days.
Yeah, almost since the day I took office in 2001, the slap in the face of partisan politics was really a rude awakening to me. And so I had been thinking about running for my old seat, but I didn't want to run as a Republican. I didn't want to run as a Democrat, because when you do that, you are beholden to whichever party helped you get elected.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean is there are instances when the party leadership will come to you and say, Al, I need your vote on this, and I need it this way, and if you don't give it to me this way, I guarantee you a primary, and we'll be having somebody else in this seat next year or next session. And so given those sorts of threats...
Oof, that's got to be frustrating.
Given those sorts of threats, good public policy goes out the window to hardcore partisan politics. And I didn't want to do that.
So you're in
again.
there to vote and do what you believe, and you're bullied into...
Oftentimes it works that way. And so I have filed as an unaffiliated candidate, meaning that I'm accountable to all, but I'm beholden to none. I'm not beholden to the Republicans, not beholden to the Democrats. And because of my history of 10 years of legislative elections in northwestern Colorado, I'm the same guy I was. I'm the same guy that you voted for before. I just have a different letter behind my name.
Yep.
It's a U instead of an R. My judgment's the same. I understand the issues as well. So I think there are a lot of people out there who remember me and who will continue to vote for me despite the fact that I'm running unaffiliated as a Republican.
And those that didn't know you or new to the state, whatever it might be, can even take more belief that you're going to do what you feel is right as opposed to what your party is going to...
I think the timing is right for an unaffiliated candidate. I think there is a lot of frustration among the voting population with Republicans and Democrats. And
have we seen unaffiliated run before in Colorado? For District 8, I guess?
No, not really.
Okay, so this will be...
There was an unaffiliated write-in candidate. Write-in candidate is a kiss of death. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
So
you're Section 8?
Senate District 8.
District 8.
Section 8 is a housing thing for people who don't have money to rent.
District 8. Yeah, right. You're running for District 8, not Section 8.
Senate District 8.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So District 8,
clarifying.
what communities, what are we encompassing here?
Okay,
what
it's
makes you
northwest
District 8?
Colorado. It goes from Berthoud Pass to the Utah border.
Okay.
It's Grand.
Oh, huge district.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it goes from the Wyoming border to south of I-70. So it's Grand, Routt, Jackson, Moffett, Rio Blanco, Garfield, and Summit counties. Huge tourism in northwest Colorado.
Well, I was going to say, that's tourism a huge part of.
Yeah, it is.
Especially our community right here, but all of the...
And that's the other, coalition or population that I'm hoping will support me are those people in the tourism industry.
Well, it's hard to argue with your track record.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't argue with it. That'd be just unwise.
So, tourism aside, what are some other things you're going to bring to the table that we might see in the coming election year?
Well, it's difficult to anticipate what the issues will be. One of the things I'd like to think about doing is running legislation that would create the Colorado Tourism Office as a standalone department, a cabinet-level department in the governor's office. It's easily as important in my mind as agricultural, but we don't have a Department of Tourism. We have a Department of Agriculture.
You said it earlier. It's the second biggest.
It's the second
industry.
largest behind manufacturing, which includes oil and gas and computer software.
Yep.
And it's very diversified. So I think it deserves its own cabinet-level department and cabinet-level secretary.
And how many districts are there in Colorado?
There are 35 Senate districts.
Okay.
There are 65 House districts. So there are total of 100 legislators.
So how does your wife feel about you going right back into...
She thought I was a little wacky at first, but, the more we talked about it, I think the more enthused she has become. And, after the governor appointed me, there were 2 years left to be filled in my Senate term, and the vacancy committee appointed her to fill my 2 years because...
You're like the local Clintons, No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
husband and wife.
Anyway, she knew more about the district and the people and the issues than anybody else and was more qualified. So, she is a Senator White, and I'm the Senator White, or former Senator's White, and so she gets it. She understands what it takes, and she's fully on board.
So you're now unaffiliated. How does that feel? You've been affiliated for your whole life.
Yeah. I ran as a Republican for 10 years, and so it was a little difficult. The Democrats wanted me to switch and run as a Democrat, and my wife said, that'd be like wearing somebody else's underwear. And, I thought, yeah, honey, you're right. That would be. So I as an unaffiliated, I feel like parts of the Republican Party fit my, my philosophy. Parts of the Democrat Party fit my philosophy. I'm a fiscal conservative, but I have a social ethos that kind of blends those two parties somewhere in the middle.
And there's a lot of the state and a lot of the country that feel that same way and are frustrated because who do you vote for when one crosses certain lines for you and the other crosses the other lines? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's hard to anticipate what the issues will be, but whatever they are, I will always have the best interest of the district in mind, and I won't have to worry about some partisan bully threatening me.
What's the motivation to get into politics? I mean, there's so many frustrations and so much work and so much time spent. What makes you not want to just say, screw it, I'm going skiing, I'm retired?
I think the motivation is frustration with seeing how things are happening and thinking that you can do them better, that you can better represent the citizens of the state and Northwest Colorado, and a feeling of accomplishment when you do it. One of the things I was able to do was a number of years ago, we were having shrinking prison populations, and the Rifle Correctional Facility was slated to be closed. And that's in Garfield County, was in my district.
Now, a lot of people are going to hear prison, they think murderers.
It's a minimum.
It's not always that.
No, it's a minimum security prison. It is hugely valued in the rifle community because those prisoners, since they're minimum security, they come out and they work at nursing homes, they shovel sidewalks, they do all kinds of things for the community. And then you've got the jobs, of course. Anyway, it was slated to be closed, and I was able to work with the Department of Corrections and keep it open, and that has been such a boon to the rifle community ever since, and will continue to be, because now our populations are increasing again, and I'm sure it won't be slated for closure. So those are the sorts of things that you can accomplish in the office, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Al, thanks so much for being on our show.
Hey,
we're really hoping to get
Ryan.
you on before the election comes up this November, and hopefully we can get you back once again to talk a little more as things progress. Like you said, there'll be a lot of discussion points as the election nears, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure there will, and the campaign's going to be long and brutal, and I'm not looking forward to it, but it is a fact of life, and we'll get through it with all of our friends.
Well, Al, thanks again, and once again, Senator Al White on the show, running this November, unaffiliated, and so definitely keep him in mind when you're heading to the polls. And Al, thanks again so much, and we'll look forward to what the future brings here.
Great, thanks, Ryan.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back, and we'll see you momentarily.